Good morning, online family. Today is coaching travel log number 2. Paul here. And I want to talk to you and share with you my experience with beliefs. I always say the beliefs are tools, and we can choose our beliefs. Doesn't never always matter whether we know they're true or not. Beliefs are tools for an outcome, and hopefully a good belief gives some good outcomes. And if it doesn't give good outcomes, we change the belief, and that's okay. In my studies, trying for the holistic way, which includes the whole psyche, the body, the heart, the mind, every aspect of life is included in the holistic life and in the holistic coaching. It's all important. And what's especially important is beliefs. Now, I think we do a disservice by confusing the word know, like to say I know a thing, and we say that instead of saying I believe a thing. I have less and less respect for anyone who says I know X, Y, or Z. And I have more and more respect for anyone who says I believe X, Y, and Z. Because the belief takes a courage, and the knowing is just one way we try to convince ourselves that we know something. Now I want to give some personal beliefs and share about my personal journey on some beliefs. Again, it doesn't matter whether a belief is true or not. The effect and the outcome, that matters more than whether it's actually true, in my opinion. Because there's a lot of things that we got going down here that aren't even true, like at all. You have a lot of subconscious beliefs programmed into you, and I have a lot programmed in me that aren't even remotely true. So consciously, the things that we choose to believe and the beliefs we try to plant down here, they're gonna have impact. And some of them, we're just trying to counteract the really toxic belief. So if I can take a toxic belief and kind of replace it with something that's a little less toxic, well, that's a great step. So I am not God, and I don't know all truth. So in the meantime, or maybe I am God, and maybe you are too, but I don't know that. In the meantime, I'm going to settle for good beliefs that give me good outcomes. Now, a personal belief that I had growing up was a belief in Jesus. I was raised Mormon, and belief in Jesus. And that really got me to some good places. I believed in a really kind, loving Jesus, and that was great. Now, in all honesty, I had to look at those things. I think as we become adults, we have to learn to get more honest. And I had to see some flaws there. And I still have a lot of beliefs around Jesus, and my beliefs have changed. And it's good. I love talking about the Christ consciousness as an aspect of consciousness. I love talking about the Jesus of the Dead Sea Scrolls. There's a book called the Essene Gospel of Peace. And in that book, Jesus talks about angels. And, we could talk for hours on end on beliefs about angels. But the Jesus in the Essene Gospel of Peace talks about a different kind of angel. And they are angels of the elements. Specifically, the Essene teachings call them the angels of the Earth Mother. So these are actually the angels of the elements. Mostly things that we can touch and feel. Those are some of the angels that the Essenes talked about, that Jesus teaches in these books, the Dead Sea Scrolls that were hidden in the Vatican for a long time, discovered, 150 years ago or something, and then translated from Aramaic. But this teaching of these kinds of angels, and I don't know if something like the wind, he talks about the angel of the wind. I don't know if the wind has consciousness, but I choose to believe that I can interact with the wind, that as the wind touches me, I can have a kind of prayer and a relationship with the wind. And I find that to be valuable and make life a little bit more beautiful. I don't know how much this tree can hear me, but I choose to believe that touching it and being by it, there is a shared intelligence. It's a belief. And it doesn't matter if it's true or not. Remember, it's not about if it's true, it's if it's good. Is it a good belief? So, there you go. There's beliefs. And getting even more personal, in Hawaii, I had a lot of experiences with the angels of the earth mother, like the wind, the water, the ocean, the physical earth and ground. These were all angels of the earth mother. And while I was sitting on the coast one day, I was reading these teachings. One is a prayer to the angel of the wind, thanking the angel of the wind for support, praying for support. And as I read it, I had this visceral feeling of, wow, this is what it means to blaspheme. That word came to mind. This is blasphemous. But not in such a dogmatic, like horrible way. Because I was sitting there on the coast, and there the wind was just beautifully blowing on me. And it's my experience on the coast. I love to do my Tai Chi in the wind, feel the wind, and move my body. But rather than doing that, I was reading. And it was like trying to find the angel of the wind through the words in a prayer, rather than just being and touching the wind. So that, to me, that's what it means to blaspheme, but not in a bad way. There's this principle in the Tao Te Ching. That is basically, the Tao cannot be named, but you do it honor by trying. And so a prayer to the wind cannot be written, but we do it honor by trying. So rather than reading this prayer to the angel of the wind, which is still a beautiful prayer, being and touching the wind and having a relationship with it, I believe that's a good thing. And I'll call it the angel of the wind. And I would say, to use the word I know, well, I know touching the wind feels good to me. That would be an appropriate use of the word I know. And that's it. That's all I really know. And I believe that there's probably something more divine there as well. So there you go. This is my travel coaching log for you today. Number 2, I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I hope you can start to think of what beliefs are obviously not true. That, the beliefs of lack of self-worth being one of the primary ones that we have to replace. And then what beliefs do you want to believe? It doesn't matter if they're true. What good beliefs can you start to cultivate? That you are a beautiful, good, empowered being is a great belief to start to cultivate, even if you don't completely believe it. Try to believe it. And I will too. Sending much love, good chi, aloha, peace.